Good morning, 9:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and first things first, make sure to hit that motherfucking like button. A video yesterday had over 300 likes, so I really appreciate that, on 1,400 views. Another video yesterday had 113 likes, so I greatly appreciate that. Make sure to hit that like button. Show me that you do support me. We had 2 new members of Tom's Army. So again, today, we're looking for 1 new member of Tom's Army to make me the happiest person in the world today. Show me that support for the work I put in. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got the outcome of the 2-day FOMC meeting. We got the press conference by Jerome Powell later on today. He's going to announce the Fed hike. I fully anticipate a minimum of 75. I'd be stunned if he did 50. If he goes 50, I'm going all in. And if he does 100, we're going to figure things out. I firmly believe he's going to say 75, but it's furthermore, it's more than just what he says today, ladies and gentlemen. It's his tone. If he says we're going to have 50 basis point hike in December, well, then we know we're starting to go dovish a little bit. If he says we're keeping the foot on the gas in December and beyond, well, then we're going to get a market dump. But if he comes out and he starts talking, Jerome Powell, and when you see him post-conference after he announces the 75 basis point rate, he say, oh, we're looking great, we got everything under control, and in December we're going to have a little bit of a pullback, then you know we're going to have a 50 basis point or less outcome in December, and we're going to have a market-wide pump. There is a 50-50 chance this market pumps, and we go up some 35 to 50% across the board. That's the chance. There's that same chance we go down that much, but it all depends on the numbers. But if we come out at 75, I would personally think we're going to pump first. Even if we had a small pullback, I would think a pump would be in order for 75. So, U.S. Fed meeting outcome, FOMC press conference date, time, expectations for the outcome tonight. So the U.S. Federal Reserve FOMC meeting, November 2022 dates. So the U.S. Federal Reserve FOMC meetings for November 2022 is taking place on the 1st and 2nd of November. The 2-day FOMC meeting on the 1st and 2nd, the press conference is at 2 p.m. As per U.S. Federal Reserve website, here are all the live updates, latest in U.S. So the Fed to release policy statement at 2 p.m. EDT or 1800 GMT, 11:30 p.m. Wednesday, Indian Standard Time, which would still be Tuesday. Since the market has already priced in a 75 basis point rate hike by the Fed, market movement will be determined by their comments on its next move. That's exactly what I'm saying. Investors are also cautious ahead of U.S. Federal Reserve's meeting on interest rates. And then on Friday, we have the jobs report coming out. Quarterly results. So this is India, Q2 standard growth, the Fed 2-day policy meeting, FOMC 2-day meeting. So that's basically all we can say. The widespread expectation is for the Fed to push through another increase that's triple the usual size, or 0.75 of a percentage point. The Fed was due to begin a 2-day policy meeting Wednesday that is expected to yield its 6th interest rate hike of the year. So that's what I'm looking at there. I don't want to get into that too much, but we do have the meeting today. And if you take a look across the board, the meetings are having full effects today. The full effect with this 75 basis point rate hike is being felt by the markets. DXY is hovering at about 111.167. It's nervous, but this move doesn't look done yet, possibly with the U.S. dollar currency index. It's all going to depend, though, because if they give it the right way, the U.S. dollar currency index could absolutely implode. But if they start talking dovish and they don't go so hawkish, this is going to end up parabolically spiking again, and then we're going to see what happens in crypto. But if they go hawkish, it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to go more dovish today, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong. We got the gold-silver ratios up to 83.742, and as I talked yesterday, I told you how to make some free silver. You trade silver when it's, when the ratio's up this high, and when it goes back down to 40, 50, 11 to 1 when it gets down there at some point. You can simply trade the silver you bought at 83 to 1, send it over for some gold when it goes back down to 25 to 1, let's say, or 40 to 1. Then you keep the other 43 ounces of silver and get a free ounce of, you get your ounce of gold and you basically have free silver. You manipulate the gold-silver ratio, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the video from last night. It's that fucking simple. Show me that support. Got a lot of bullshitters on YouTube. I'm telling you the truth. If you can't handle the truth, go watch the bullshitters. Gold's up $16.56 this morning. It's up $8.17 to $16.56 spot 47, which means gold and silver gold mining stocks will be up this morning. You've got in pre-market, Barrick Gold's up 0.33%, and Kinross is up 1.34%. No data for B2 Gold, but it was up 2.61%. So I was feeling good yesterday. We've got platinum up $9 or 953.50 an ounce, spot 50. Silver is up 20 cents this morning, which means Fortuna Silver Mines might be up a small amount this morning. It's up 1.04% to 19 spot 79. And finally, copper down 0.04% to 3 spot 464 per pound. Got the total crypto market cap down 1.04% to 962 billion. And based on the news today, this is actually in a prime spot to actually start dumping here. So if we got some bad news, it would probably prematurely dump, depending on how bad the news is. If we have good news, we'll pump up to 1.02 trillion at minimum. Either way, we could still pump, but it looks like the markets are getting ready to reverse back down, assuming the Fed would go 100 or more. If they go 50 or 75, I have a strange feeling we're going to get a preliminary pump, especially at 75, we get preliminary. At 50, you could jump out your own window, you're so happy. You could bend the market over at 50, because we all know what's going to happen if we only go at 50. Now, a major line of concern this morning is the fact that Litecoin is already up 10%. See that little momentum? Played that pattern beautifully. Nothing else this morning besides T-Fuel that really stands out. The rest of the board's down, but well, Solo's up over 7% as well. Go watch Crypto Scrooge. Crypto Solo Scrooge on YouTube. And then XRP's down 1.64%. And with what Litecoin did, I would love to ride XRP. But what did I tell everybody? We have the areas that you should be buying if you're going long or going short. No excuses. If you don't understand this philosophy, watch my content more. Support, or we want resistance, support, resistance, support. Those two hits on resistance and support confirm the pattern, folks. So you're either going to ride another long from 43.17 approximately, or you're going to ride a short when it gets up to about 54 cents if it stays in the pattern. Then everybody's like, well, whatever breaks up or breaks down. Wow. Well, I wonder. So if it breaks the pattern formation to the top side, then you ride it long if it holds. If it rides it to the bottom side, breaks and gets a back test, you ride it short down to 37 cents or 37 and a half. It's that simple. If it rides on top of 55 cents, then you ride it up to 65. Or if it's on top of 53. That's what's going on with XRP. No more, no less. Don't complicate it for yourself. Because if you complicate it for yourself, you're going to make this a lot harder than it needs to be. Silver still remains the most undervalued, not just commodity, but it's the most undervalued, I'll say commodity, but it's not even a stock. It's just the most undervalued thing that you can purchase right now to store your wealth. You don't want to lose your wealth when the US dollar comes tumbling down. The easiest way to transform your wealth is to put it in silver. If you want to buy gold, so be it. But with the ratio where it's at, I highly advise against that and buy silver right now. It's the most undervalued commodity, item, material in the world. So that's what we have looking at this morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't like it, too damn bad. I'm going to give it to you straight. And if you can't handle that, well, go watch somebody else who's going to FUD it and tickle your nuts. I'm not going to do it. I'm sick of it and I'm never going to do it. I'll try to tell you exactly what to do, exactly how to trade this market properly, but aside from that, I'm not going to lie to you. Not for views. So, if you look at this right now, finally, after 7 attempts to break through here, we finally broke through with XLM. Now we're hitting the true uptrend that we talked about would be hit next. This is your make it or break it moment. We've got 10.8. If we break 10.8, you could come all the way down to 9.9 after this bearish continuation breaks. This is a bear flag, folks. If this breaks, look out below. Look out below. That's all I'm saying. Look out fucking below. And yes, you can make this pattern a little bit taller for the play back up, but I knew where we were at. There was no reason to FUD it up to anybody, and I wanted you guys to see exactly the play we were having. And that's exactly what happened. Sure, we could always make that bigger, wider resistance. But that wasn't relevant. The relevant was that little ascending triangle I threw in there with the downtrend or the uptrending support just underneath it where it fell to. This is your pivot layer. If we continue to break down from here, we have a massive drop. Otherwise, we're going to try to bounce back within that triangle and break up. And finally, I'm going to leave you with DGB. DGB broke the uptrending parabolic support that we had, managed to fall back below the 0087, and now it looks like it's truly going to uptrend to the 839 level. That's where it looks like it's going to try to hold the support. Again, DGB has multiple different ways of looking at it, but the one I just showed you is the easiest. This is where we're trying to come back to the uptrend. We failed the pivot level here to go up to 989, and now it looks like we're going to reconsolidate down to that 839 level. It's just what it looks like. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Hit that motherfucking like button. If you appreciate what I do, please hit that subscribe button. Join the more than 14,600 people. And then if you want to see what's going on, just go to my last or one of my previous updates. Go to my video description below if you want to join me on MEXC, so you can buy XRP, buy IOTA, buy your ISO coins in the USA with no VPN, no spot fees, no KYC. And if you like the futures leverage trade up to 200x, there's also a lot of opportunities right now as there's a 200x, 126 to 200x leverage trading competition for Dogecoin and a few others. So join me by my link and you can follow me over there and do that. It's pretty cool stuff. You can join Tom's Army, which we had 2 members yesterday. I'm looking for 1 new member today. Who's going to be that 1 new member to brighten my day and join Tom's Army? Tell me, tell the community what you think. Go into Tom's Army, go into the Telegram, and if you have an idea, let it out. If you think you can do it better than me, tell me. Let me see it in the comments. If you made it to the end of this video, comment 222. If you want to donate, there's XRP, Cash App, Venmo. No more PayPal. BitGot, you can join me there or on UPHOLD. The links are right there in front of you. I hope to see you on all platforms.